Hello, I am Linda. Welcome back to Escaping My Fairy Tale. This is episode 3. Sometimes abuse does not look like hitting and screaming and hollering and bruises. Sometimes it is hidden in beautiful small acts of kindness that keep you hooked. And then you endure abuse for the rest of the time that God never intended for you to. Every fairy tale begins with promises, a castle, a prince, a story that was meant to last forever. I believed in that dream. I built my life around it, but the story I was living was not the story I was writing. Behind the pages, Betrayal was being written in secret ink. The words I thought would save me turned to ash. The lies devoured my truth. My fairy tale went up in flames. The walls I thought would protect me crumbled, stone by stone, until I stood in the wreckage of everything I thought was real. But in the ruins, I lifted my eyes, and there I saw the lion, the presence of God, waiting to lead me out of the ashes and into His truth. What was lost began to be restored. Every broken fairy tale can be rewritten, and the author of redemption was not finished with mine. This is Escaping My Fairy Tale. Welcome to my story, and maybe to yours. Every once in a while, He would offer me something that looked like love. One kind action, one kind word, one gift, or one gentle touch. And I clung to it like a starving child being handed a single crumb. It was enough to keep me waiting, hoping, and believing that underneath it all, maybe He cared. But that's the trap. That's how abusers keep us. They give us just enough to confuse us, just enough to keep us chained. He wore a mask, the mask of a loving husband, the mask of a spiritual leader, the mask of a good man. And behind that mask was someone who was harming me, harming my children, and destroying our lives. That's why it's so dangerous. Because when the mask slips, you think you're seeing the real man. But the truth is, the mask itself was the lie. I remember waking up to find a warm Starbucks sitting on the sink next to a beautiful bouquet of flowers. He had spoken harshly to me the night before, wrapped his face in a blanket, and fell asleep without another word. But in the morning, there it was, the coffee, the flowers. To me, it felt like proof, a morsel of love I clung to. I was quick to forgive, and I lived off that act of kindness as if it defined the relationship. But it didn't. By the time he walked back into the room, the silence and anger were waiting for me again. That's how the mask worked. The flowers weren't love. The coffee wasn't love. They were just crumbs, distractions to keep me hooked, to make me think the mask was real. But the mask always slipped, and what lay behind it was harm. I finally learned that those crumbs of kindness were not love. And the Lord reminded me that I am His precious daughter, and He doesn't offer me crumbs. He offers me a feast at His table. If any of this spoke to you, please stay with me. I would love to walk with you through this journey as we walk through the castle doors together. See you next time.